All right, welcome. This is the Martial Poetry Series. We're going to be going over applications for videos 21 through 25. So the first one is Tiger holds his head from Xinyiliuhe, this movement. So this movement, I told you the story in the actual video, so if you want to hear the full story, watch the video. But basically, this is the story where Lohan killed one of his students with this technique, caused a heart attack, all that. But yeah, basically the idea is this. You want to get in here and then ram this into his heart while at the same time pulling his head towards you. So it's kind of like a clinch at the same time that you stab the heart. So yeah, it's a very fun application. And you can kind of think about this as like a oh shit kind of application. Because this whole application is very much like protect the head, right? So it's like this. So somebody can come up out of nowhere and like start throwing punches. You could be like, hey, and then you just ram this into his heart, right? So it's very much like a protect your face and then attack at the same time. So you essentially protect yourself while becoming a battery man. So he might go to strike, and I might just ram this in. And trust me, it does not take a lot with this to that to hurt a lot and break things. So be careful with that. Anyway, next we have Follow the Horse's Hoofs from 18 Lohan. Relatively a nicer application on the surface. But this is essentially defending the lower line, so it's defending against kicks. So he goes to kick. And this is essentially my defense. So getting this hook here. So as he goes to kick, I get here. Let's switch legs so that they can see it better on the camera there. This is this hand here. Next we have to follow the horse's hoof and reach out with the foot. So here, follow the horse's hoof is either attack to the groin or pressing on the hip to drop them, while this kicks out their leg. And we're going to put you on the ground slightly, just softly, so that you can, so we can continue the application. Because from here, you're not done, right? You still have this lock here. So you can start to twist this way, or you can come over the top, twist this way, sit down even, and then you can file the horse's hoof, right? So this ankle lock here. So, since we don't have mats, we'll put that soft instead of breaking it. So he wants to kick, right? You put him down, right? You can either twist here or step over, twist here, and then you start to file his hoof. Funnily enough, the horse's hoof is his hoof. Next we have Pad High Horse from Yang Style Taijiquan. This one's pretty simple. The idea from the video is that it's all about downwards gravity power. And the motion is very simple. So he's going to have his guards up. He's going to throw a punch. And I'm going to smash like so. The movement is essentially a chop. A reach out, grab, and chop. Or a deflect and chop. Either or. The essentially is just, you want that downwards force to go through his neck, through his arm, whatever you happen to grab, even if it's a leg or something. The idea is that downwards force. Throw the other punch for another angle, right? So get here, this is my reach out, this comes down, can be an arm bar, or chop to the back of the neck, or all of them, because why not? But the idea is that your whole body drops that force down onto it. So not just arm, right? Because arm is just crap. If I do arm, right, he doesn't have to go anywhere. If I do body, he has to go somewhere. Put your weight into it. That's what the whole gravity power is all about. So that's Pad High Horse from Yang Style Taijiquan. Next we have Hide the Flower and Leaf from Baguazhang. So a traditional application for this would be like if we take it on its own, right? He goes in for a punch. I might deflect here and spin around, elbow strike here. So I'll just see elbow strike to his back while attacking his kidneys, and then walk through. So the motion would not be 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be 1. So he would attack, and it'd be like, and I'd be walking already. That's a traditional application. I'm going to show you a little bit different that I like a little bit better. So this one, he comes. I get the same kind of bridge from before, but instead I come over the top and then attack the kidneys from here. I can break this arm while attacking. So I break, attack. The thing is, regardless of which arm it is, right, I can hide the flower under his leaf, or I can hide it under mine. If I happen to miss, right, and I get to here, like I can just put this in his face and start attacking. If he wants to come in with the other hand, right, I just turn, start attacking him as well. So you can just think about this as essentially, I want his attention up here so he can forget what I'm actually intending to do. One more time. As essentially hide the flower. In the form, it's done with a spear. You can do it with a spear. I just like to punch, my personal preference. Next we have Sounds in Darkness Startle from Drunken Boxing. So this movement is not a movement that you'd be planning to do, per se. It's not like your punches and jabs and uppercuts. That's like your bread and butter foundations. This is a movement that you're doing because things are already going wrong and you're trying to save yourself. That's the purpose of the movement. So you can think about this as either I'm over here with my buddies and there's this guy sneaking up on me, or I'm fighting this guy and his buddy is coming to help him out, right? So this movement is already assuming he's behind me. The traditional application is like, he goes on to grab my shoulder, I lock this, I swing this back around, and I try to get this lock. But the application I'm going to propose is more of like a defense that's also attack. Because the thing is, when you're facing this way, you can't see what he's going to do. Right? He could be throwing a punch for all I know. I don't know, because I can't touch him, I can't see him. But I might hear him, and then I might have this as a response. So first is get this behind your head, so if he hits you, right, it's not going to be instant lights out. Something to protect you. All while retreating and getting this ready, and then you spin and smash. So if he's far away, you don't have to worry about this being an attack. It would just be like a block, right? So he goes to attack, right? It's just kind of like that, I don't know what's coming at me right now, so I need something to be there to protect me while I can get back on my game, which is why both hands come around. So he attacks, right? I got the first, and this smash, and this comes in for the defense in case I happen to miss, because I can miss. Right? I can miss here, and then he comes around. I have to think about that too. So both have to come around for the defense. So he comes in, right? And I'm back in my position. Now, to make it fully drunk, because that's the point of drunken boxing, right? Of course, you're not going to think about it as like, I'm fighting this dude, because it kind of makes you too tense, which is antithetical to drunken boxing. So he comes in, and I'm like, right? So you immediately come around. It's less like, oh, there's this guy attacking me. It's like, oh, you startled me, bud, right? Oh, you're my bud, but like we've been drinking and I'm just not feeling quite right today. So he comes in for me. Oh man, right? Got my buddy here. He's got my keys. I want my keys, man. This kind of mindset kind of takes away the intensity of the fight, but just make sure that you're not truly tricked yourself into thinking that you're not fighting. It's kind of a yin-yang balance there. You don't want to get the intensity of fighting, but at the same time you don't want to just roll and then get hit, right? That's not the point of drunken boxing at all. Movement for this is all just, right? I don't know what's coming. I could miss with everything, but it's just a safety net, essentially. You're creating a safety net of attacks and defense, trying to dissipate whatever might be coming at you while you can't see it coming, right? That's the whole point. So that's Sounds in Darkness Startle from the Ma family Drunken Boxing. So that's it for this video. See you in the next one.